Oh, you startled me, folks. So, Johnny riding solo today. It's an angry Johnny. It's an angry Johnny today. Cookfield, Yonkers, New York. The reason why I'm angry today, because I've been forced, a few buddies of mine, asking about a particular cigar. It's a non-Cuban, and those of you who know me and watch this particular channel, I'm anti-non-Cuban. My friends tell me, but Johnny, this cigar was in top 5, top 10, Cigar Aficionado. Means nothing. Means nothing to me. Those lists are, as far as I'm concerned, irrelevant. But I'm going to give it an open mind. So without further ado, we're going to go with the My Father brand. Opulencia. Now, those of you who enjoy the My Father, originated in Miami. Little Havana was their first cigar shop. I believe this was top 5, top 10 cigars of the year, 2019 or 2018, one of the other. I actually had the My Father the Judge, which I used to enjoy, but not so much anymore. So here we go, folks. First hit, all char. Nothing but char here. Toro cigar, dark wrapper. Those of you want to take a look at it, there it is. You know, My Father is not a terrible cigar. I wouldn't say it's a terrific cigar. As I said, Phil and I used to enjoy the My Father the Judge, which was actually a top cigar a couple years back. Now they got another brand that's rated high in Cigar Aficionado. Beautiful day here, folks. Just a beautiful day. I'll tell you, I'm getting notes of water. Notes of straw, undertone of hay. You know, as I said, the non-Cuban usually takes a couple hits to open up. Another reason why I don't venture down this path. Shout out to Phil, working hard today. My work was done this morning. Good cocoa today. Good rich cocoa bean. Just hoping this opens up. Hope it opens up soon. I wish I can give you more. I wish I can give you more, folks, but it's not all there. It's just not all there. I mean, this is, Phil sometimes begs me to just to try the non-Cuban, and just to please him, I do. And it's always the same feeling afterwards. Angry that I listened to him. Just angry. Now, I know some of you are wondering, well, Johnny, why do you buy it if you don't like it? Well, the truth is, I didn't buy it. This was a little Christmas gift from Phil, along with a couple other things. But this was a toss-in. This was a Phil toss-in, a Phil special. I'm getting a little just a dab of nut, just very little nut. Very little nut. I try to be as honest as I can when it comes to non-Cubans, but I try to go into it with a clear head, but in the back of my mind, Johnny, remember, it's not a Cuban. And that's what I can't forget. Not too many people here in the park. A few ducks crapping all over the grass. Notes of tree bark. I'm getting into the tree bark section of this cigar. The My Father line, not a terrible non-Cuban, but it's just some people love it. Me, I just can't get into it. See, a lot of people, majority of cigar smokers, will start off with the non-Cuban. Then, if they're lucky enough, they'll find a good enough connect to get Cubans. Me, I was spoiled from the beginning. Phil had me spoiled from the beginning because I started off with the Cuban, and once you do that, almost impossible to go back. You can try the non-Cuban, but to get back, to forget about the Cuban is almost impossible. It's just night and day. There's no, with the exception of Davidoff, there's no comparison, in my opinion. Good cocoa. I like my cocoa extra rich. Fan of the cocoa bean. I wish I was getting something. I really do. I wish I could tell you people more, but it's just it's an angry Johnny. It's an angry Johnny. It's all char now. It's all char. It's just, you know, a cigar smoker that enjoys tasting cigar, you would love the non-Cuban. You would, the My Father. You'd love it. Me, one of the last things I want to taste in a cigar is a cigar. Just a slight tobacco. I'm about the blends. I'm about the journey. You know, I've told you many times. A few people entering the park now. You know, some funny business goes on in this neck of the woods. Some people just want to come here to relax. Others want to come here and get silly. We got notes of trouble here. Got notes of trouble. I can tend to be very nosy. You know, I come from a nosy family, very nosy. Phil a little more laid back. You know, Phil is nosy in his own way. I wasn't gonna make this video today, I gotta be honest. But I felt like speaking. I felt like discussing my journey here. It's safe to say I will not be purchasing this cigar. Safe to say if someone hands me this cigar again, I would thank them and then proceed to give it back to them. But again, you know, I don't want to disrespect Phil. It was a Christmas gift, more than likely an add-on gift. You know, Phil's known for the add-ons, and I'm trying to give it, you know, give it the most I can give it. It's not there. Just not there. Notes of must. Everything I'm against in a cigar is what I'm getting here today. I'm going to try to go at least halfway through on this, just to be fair to Phil. But I'm not having a good time. I'm very angry. Cook Field, Yonkers, New York. Big shout out to the Parks Department, Teamsters Local 456. This is just all smoky. Feel like I'm at a campfire and I'm inhaling the fire. That's basically what this is. I mean, this is firewood. Notes of firewood. You know, I'm sitting at the campfire with no marshmallows in sight. Again, you know, we make these videos. We enjoy reviewing cigars. We enjoy talking to people, letting people know what we like, talk about our experience. And, you know, when I put certain cigars down, certain things down, I don't mean any disrespect. It's just, you know, to each his own. You know, there's things I like that maybe you won't like. There's things that you like that I probably won't like. This is one of them. You know, the you know, non-Cubans. You know, My Father is not a garbage brand of cigar. It's actually a good brand of cigar for the non-Cuban. You know, this is full body. I'll tell you that, full body. It's a full body cigar. I'm more of a medium body guy myself. This is actually getting a tad, just a tad better. Still a campfire undertone. The nut was there for about 3 hits and just totally got back in the M&M bag. I mean, it is not even in sight. There is no nut in sight. Got more people entering the park. Could be another troublemaker. You know, a lot of people come here to horse around. You know, I just come here to relax. Just want to relax. Hard day's work. Just here to relax and you know, trying to enjoy a good cigar. Unfortunately, that's not happening. You know, I mean, unfortunately, that's not going to happen today. You know, it's about the journey. And unfortunately, with these non-Cubans, the journey's short and sweet. Or I should say, short and unsweetened. The hot chocolate is no longer hot. It's cold cocoa. So I'm now not enjoying the cigar and not enjoying the hot chocolate. This is an angry Johnny today, folks. Just an angry Johnny. I'm trying to hold it in, but I'm getting more and more aggravated. Notes of seaweed. Now it's seaweed. Feel like I'm at the shoreline. On my hands and knees, mouth open, water coming into my mouth, seaweed slapping me all over the place. I mean, this is, I don't know how much longer I could go here, folks, with this cigar. You know, I'm giving it my best here, trying to be fair to the audience. It just goes to show you about and again, no offense to Cigar Aficionado, it's a top, if not the top cigar magazine, but I don't get my cigars from other people's reviews, because the cigars that I enjoy and the cigars that I rate, most of them will never be in that magazine, because it's very rare that those people can find real Cubans. The Cuban cigar, I mean, 80% of Cubans in this country are counterfeit. It's very counterfeited, the Cuban cigar. Very hard to find. You know, Phil and I have a really good connect for Cuban cigars. You know, shout out to Rob and Ken and Di. The FOH family, beautiful people. I mean, beautiful people, just beautiful people. I mean, the products they have, top of the line. This is just, if I can sum it up, notes of nothing. I mean, This is what I'm getting. Notes of nothing. And this is what you get. A lot of people love just to have a cigar and taste the cigar. That's not what I like. That's not what Phil, for the most part, likes. Phil is a non-Cuban apologist. He tries to say he doesn't mind it once in a while. You give Phil truth serum. You hook up Phil to a lie detector. He'll fail every time. He tries to just love everything, and it's not humanly possible. A lot of people looking this way, whether they're drinking their beers, smoking their wacky tobacco. They see me staring into the trunk of a RAV4 and talking, and they probably think I'm a little psychotic. That's okay though. That's okay. I don't mind it. I talk to myself a lot. Nothing wrong with it. It's when you start answering yourself, then you got some issue. I mean, I wish I could give you some type of blend, some type of something, but I just can't. And I'm not here to lie to you. I'm not here to be phony. I'm here to tell you what I'm tasting. That's why Phil and I started this channel. We want you to know what we're tasting. And I'm not tasting too much, to be perfectly honest. I'm not tasting too much. A lot of funny business going on in this park right now. We got cars pulled up side to side. We got another guy on the right, which I don't trust too much, over here. You got these ducks. I'll tell you this, boisterous little ducks over here. I don't know what they're up to. There's a whole colony of them. This is just, there's not much here, folks. I gotta be honest, there's not much here. This was 25 minutes of my life that I could never get back. And I gotta keep it real for my friends. My friends wanted me to try this. This was a present from one of my close friends. Phil and I are tighter than a drum. So when he buys me a gift, I want to accept it. I want to, and if it's a cigar, which it usually is, I want to try it. I want to try it. And I've tried it. And to be honest, I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't. Feel like I'm at a horse stable and I'm walking inside the barn and I'm just getting whiff after whiff, and that's what this is. I mean, this is just notes of notes of horse stable, undertone of straw, hay, water on the palate, cold chocolate. I mean, it's not even lukewarm. This is an angry Johnny, folks. An angry Johnny here. And that's pretty much it. I'm not even going to tell you what this cigar is anymore, because in my opinion, it's totally irrelevant. I'm a Cuban guy. I started with the Cuban. I'll end with the Cuban. And the non-Cuban, just not for me anymore. Again, Phil and I say it all the time. There's Cubans, there's non-Cubans, and somewhere in the middle, the Davidoff. Phil really loves the Davidoff. I'll venture into certain Davidoffs. But when I say non-Cubans aren't for me, I judge Davidoff different. Even though it's non-Cuban, it's in a class of its own. Again, still beneath the Cuban cigar. With that being said, folks, this was an interlude. An angry Johnny. Just an angry Johnny here today. Episode 5 coming soon. Don't know what we'll be reviewing next, but I can guarantee it will be light years better than this. Folks, you have yourself a good one. Lighten up, Johnny and Phil. Shout out to Phil. Big shout out to Phil.